everybody and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be my last video of 2021 and it's going to be the look back over the year 2021. I did one of these last year and I loved filming it and you guys loved seeing it, so I thought we'd bring it back again for this year. So if you're new to my channel or new to this video in general, it's basically me looking back over the past year, every single month, the good, the bad, the ugly, putting everything out there, putting everything to rest, making my peace with it. Once I've said it, I'm not going to say it again. This is the last time I'm going to speak about it. This is me at my rawest. This year there's been many a heartbreak, toxic friendships, stuff that I've been able to celebrate, stuff that I haven't because of COVID. It's been tough times, but there's also been very, very good ones. But yeah, I'm going to share it all with you. Let's just get straight on into it because I feel like it's going to be a very long, rambly video. So grab a drink, sit down, and let's get started. January, this time, you know what? When COVID hit in March, January, I thought, yep, we'll definitely be out of it. We'll be out of a lockdown. We wasn't. We was in our third lockdown in January. So January for me was mostly going on walks, going on socially distanced walks with my friends. That's the only time I could see them. We went on socially distanced walks. We went to a local park near mine and we would like walk their dogs. I had many a wintry walk in January and focusing on, you know, my health, the body, do you know what I mean? Was trying to, new year, new me. Everyone feel like everyone does that, the New Year's resolution. New year, new me. I think that lasted about a month with my skipping, but it's fine. I'll probably get back and get into it at some point. So in January 2021, I actually hit 10k on my TikTok, which was honestly one of the first and one of the biggest moments for my TikTok, which I was so happy about. So thank you guys, because I know a few of you have actually come from my TikTok, so hi. Thank you for always supporting me on there as well. I did hit 20k October just gone. Yeah, the TikTok game is going amazing. I'm making money from it now, which is exciting. In January 2021 is actually when I announced on my Instagram that I actually do TikTok. I know quite a few people from my high school and my college and that followed me on there, which is actually nice to see people support me, because when I was at high school I didn't really think anyone liked me because of situations that happened with ex-best friends, yada yada yada. I didn't actually think anyone liked me or even like thought about me supporting me, so actually seeing people supporting me for doing something that I love doing, because TikTok, it started as more of a hobby and like a passion, because I just like making funny weird videos of myself. When I'm actually getting paid to do it, it's an added bonus, so thank you guys for that. But yes, that is when I hit 10k and that's when I actually told people that I did TikTok, even though a few people actually knew I already did it. But hey, if I'm on your For You page, let me know. See if you've ever stumbled across me, let me know down below, because I'd be very interested to know. February rolls around, still in lockdown, nothing new there. This is when I started doing more of the self-love posts. I go in dribs and drabs of doing my self-love posts. I'll do like loads in like a month and then I'll like not do any for a couple of months, but it's nice to like keep doing it. I feel like, I don't know, my self-love journey, taking photos of myself helps me, if that makes sense, because it makes me appreciate what I've got. It's hard to explain, but mentally I just find it very empowering. I like taking photos of myself. I've always been into my photography, so yes. February was when I started doing it again in 2021. And we were still going on the walks. This photo is of me and my best friend Katie. We met from college. She's one of my best friends. As I always say, every brunette needs a blonde and she is my blonde, apart from my sister, but don't tell Katie I said that. I feel like the walks as well allow me to get so much closer to my friends, because not saying that we wouldn't chat and gossip before, but I felt like because we had nothing else to do, all we could do was chat, and I feel like we were a lot more open with each other and got to know each other even more than we already did. So it was almost like a therapy session, which was quite nice, and we'd literally just rant to each other about life and where we was going, because I feel like everyone in their early 20s does that. As soon as they're getting close to 25, they're like, what's going on? Like, where is my life heading? What am I going to be doing in a couple of years? All that jazz. So in February, it marked my 3 years of being single. I did my little Valentine's post, as I like to do. 3 years single, I ain't mad at it. I've had this time to grow and build confidence on myself, and I actually couldn't be happier. I am so happy being single right now, because I see all my friends have got at least one problem with their relationship, and I'm just floating along, no care in the world. No lad like making me feel bad or putting me down, making me question myself, or making me not trust them, because that's a big thing from my ex. Absolutely ruined me to shit, I'm not gonna lie. It was so low and so rock bottom when I got out of that relationship. It took me I'd say it took me a good nearly 2 years to build myself back up, but now I'm happier than ever. One of the girls I know showed me a photo the other day of my ex getting with random in the club, and I was like, oh, he's still doing that, he's at a grand old age. But you know, it's the first time I've looked at him and thought, get on with your life, hun. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't give a shit. And that is nice to say. 3 years of being single, and I am beyond happy right now in myself. I feel like you've got to love yourself before you love someone else, and I'm still on that journey, so until I get there, I can't tempt fate, but if the right person came my way, I'd be happy for it. But right now, place I'm in, very happy just being on my Todd. March was when I was on top, my A game of my Instagram. I was taking outfit pictures nearly every day because I didn't have what else to do, because I still just had my weekend job. During the week was my time to take as much Instagram content as I possibly could, and I feel like that was when I was on top of everything. That's when I was putting all my outfits together, my fashion game was up. I mean, it's still forever evolving, but that's when it was like mwah, chef's kiss, you know what I mean? After that, March, we were still in lockdown. It wasn't really an eventful month. I feel like the beginning of the year never really is for me. It's just like plodding along until like the mid part of the year, which is like always ram-packed for me. So next comes April. Now April is probably one of the busiest times of year for me. It's literally like most of my family's birthdays in April, so it's a very busy one. 2021 was actually, rules started easing, lockdown rules started easing, which I was so happy about. It meant we could have like outdoor gatherings, could see family, which was so nice. April 2021 was actually when we celebrated my dad's 50th birthday. We couldn't actually do what we wanted to do because I really wanted, and I've said it from a young age, I wanted to take my dad to Las Vegas for his 50th, but it might have to be for his 60th now because COVID ruined all that. So instead of taking him to Las Vegas, we brought Las Vegas to West Yorkshire. So we had a big Las Vegas sign. In the next few photos you'll see all the photos from his birthday, but we had a big Las Vegas sign, we had big balloons for him, a big 5-0, and we just had his mum and dad and his sister around in the garden. We had like drinks, we had some food. It was just really, really nice. It was the first time we'd all been together in months, honestly. Maybe even nearly a year. Just nice having some family time and celebrating Las Vegas style, even if we couldn't be there in person. April also was the first time that I actually went to a bar again after COVID. It was my best friend Megan's birthday. I couldn't tell you, I was so happy that night. I got absolutely drunk because after COVID I was the biggest lightweight before anyway, but after COVID I am such a lightweight now. In April we still had to sit down, so there was no getting up and dancing. We still had to sit just around a little table, but me and Megan and Cody had the best night drinking away. We got a Porn Star martini tree, and it was just nice to spend some time with my girls and get drunk in a place other than my home. So that was a good evening. I like this photo, just epitomises 2021. We've got me with a cocktail and my mask on the table because, you know, we still had to wear masks every time we got up. Next up we have May, and if you don't already know, May is my birthday month, so of course I did go ham in May. There was a lot of things going on. I celebrated my 23rd birthday. Guys, can you believe I'm 23? I still feel 18, I still don't feel 23, but that is how old I am. I celebrated my 23rd birthday. A few days before my 23rd birthday, I did actually get my 3rd tattoo, which is on my arm. It is 2 little butterflies. And the story behind the tattoo, I've got a story behind all my tattoos. I feel like you have to, well, from my opinion, you have to have a story behind your tattoo in order to get it. I mean, you can get what you want on your body, I'd never judge, but like all mine have got a meaning. But my butterflies on my arm are actually for one of my best friends, Amy, who I lost to cancer. I always said that she was like my little butterfly, and the one that's, I've got like 2, so there's one that's like open and there's one that's like flying away, so it's almost symbolising her moving on in a way. But yeah, I always called her my little butterfly, so that's why I've got the butterflies there for Ames. Celebrated my birthday in style. On my actual birthday I went to York, and my grandma did a little display in a flat, which was so cute. So I had a day in York with my grandma, my mum and my sister. It was honestly the best day. It was just what I needed after like lockdown and everything, because I celebrated my 22nd birthday in lockdown, and obviously I had the family I lived with around me, but it was nice to actually go out and do something with family members. I had a really nice day. We had some really nice like generation photos, 3 generations in one photo, and there'll be photos that I treasure forever. The weekend after my birthday in May, the rules were eased even further, so you could have, it was the rule of 6 that was back, and you was allowed to be indoors but you had to remain seated. So for my 23rd birthday, the weekend after my birthday, the 22nd of May, me and my 5 closest friends, there was me, Megan, Katie, Lila, Lucy, Laura, We went to Revs and we went to Revs, Slug & Lettuce, and a couple of other places in Leeds, and we had cocktails together. We had a catch up. I took my disposable camera. We took loads of cute little photos, and all the photos from that day just make me smile so much because they're my favourite people in the whole wide world. And it was just nice to be reunited, not have to talk to, because we did have like group FaceTimes while we was in lockdown, but it just wasn't the same. I just wanted to see my girls in person, and that was the first chance I did. Honestly, that was the best weekend ever. Loved it so much, and hopefully we can have a reunion like that at some point again soon, because we've all got really busy with work, but hopefully we can have another one again soon. June was spent mostly in my garden in a bikini, from the looks of my phone. And obviously we still couldn't go away because there was still rules in place from COVID, blah, blah, blah. When will it ever end? I tell you, the day that I can look back on these videos and I'm like, yeah, COVID stopped now, I'll be like, please. Most of June was spent in a bikini in my garden catching some rays. I did get a good tan. I mean, it's all gone now because I've been inside for a few months, but this summer next year hopefully I can go away and get my tan back because I miss it so much. I was also going out as much as I possibly could. Technically the rules were meant to end June 21st, but they didn't all end until July 25th, but you could still go out in June, so that's what I was doing. I was trying to go out as much as I possibly could. You know, I had all this money saved up and it needed to be spent on memories and going out, so that's what I did. July was just the same as June. I was going out as much as I possibly could, and walks with my friends still, because that was something we still liked to do. We still kept doing that. I was going for drinks with my friend, going to my friends' houses, spending time with them. July also brought the first boy that broke my heart this year. I had 2 heartbreaks this year. So the first boy was who I met did I meet him in June or July? I can't quite remember, but it was around that time when I started speaking to this lad. Now, this lad was completely opposite to anything that I'm normally stereotypically. If I had to write down my type on paper, it was the opposite of this boy, but something just attracted me to this boy. I think it was mostly his personality. We got on so well. It was like the male version of me, which is crazy. He lived quite far away from me, so I feel like that's where trouble started happening, because obviously I couldn't see him as much, and I'm a very attentive person. When I'm dating someone, I like to see them as much as I possibly can, but because he was working a lot and he lived quite further afield, it was hard for us to see each other. I feel like that's the reason it kind of fizzled out a little bit. Don't get me wrong, he's still a lovely lad. I'd still talk to him now if I saw him, and I wish him all the best in the future, but it just didn't work for us two. First few times we met, the chemistry and that was still there, but as we started getting towards the end of when we stopped seeing each other, he changed how he was acting, so I knew that it was the beginning of the end. I feel like I've been in that many situationships now, I know when it's going to end, and I started seeing that a couple of months later, so that's when it kind of fizzled out. August, let me tell you, August was the most eventful month of my life this year. Like, so much shit happened. I'm going to go into it now. Brace yourself, because it's a hectic one. So, August was when I had my second COVID jab. I can't actually remember when I had my first COVID jab. It must have been about 5 months before. I can't remember specifically, but I remember having my second COVID jab because events that happened after the COVID jab. Let me tell you, I'm grateful I had the jab when I did. I had my second COVID jab on the Sunday at the beginning of August. On the Tuesday following that, I went for drinks for my friend Lila's birthday, which honestly, it was a really good night out. Me and Lila spent night dancing away. It was the first time where I was actually allowed to go up on the dance floor. You bet your ass. The first song I requested was Guy, You're a Pet Animal, and I was up there dancing by myself. Me and Lila were just dancing with each other. I didn't give a care in the world because it was my favourite song. It was the first time I was allowed back on a dance floor. You bet. I was moving mad. Yes, we went to Banyan for food and cocktails, and then we went to Revs to Cuba, my favourite place, afterwards for a dance, and I got some really cute pictures with Lila. We had a photo booth, which was really nice. All in all, it was a really good evening. Now, events following on from this led to me ending a friendship. I'm not going to get into the full details because I don't want to obviously talk about personal things, but I'm just going to give an overview. So, I got a text on the Friday saying that 2 other girls I'd gone out with have tested positive for COVID. Now, I had been, and my family had been so careful throughout COVID. We didn't want to give it to anyone because my brother has got things wrong with his body. My dad's of the age where he could be vulnerable to it. We didn't want to have time off work because if anyone in the family had time off work, we'd be losing out on money, and then we'd struggle with paying for things, basically. So we all needed to be at work. We didn't want to be off. A hard-working, moral family. So we didn't want COVID stopping us. And every time that we had a possible COVID in the family, caused a bit of a bust up, I'm not gonna lie. So I didn't really want to bring it into the family, and when I found out they both had COVID, I was on it with the COVID tests. Now at this point the rule was that you had to isolate until you still had to isolate even if you were tested negative. Now thank the Lord I tested negative the whole way through, as you can see from the multiple. My camera roll in August was just filled with negative COVID tests. I was taking them daily. I was negative the whole way through, and I think that was because I'd had the jab just before. But my friendship group, I fell out with one of the girls in it, and we are no longer friends. I learned this event just triggered everything for me. I learned that we had different morals, we had different levels of respect. He didn't understand that a year ago in August, I had to watch my friend's funeral on a live stream, on a camera, on a laptop, because I couldn't go in person because of COVID. And she had the audacity to do what she did. I can't condone it. We're just different people, and I can't have someone like that in my life. Language she used against me wanted me to F off, and that's exactly what I did, because I can't be around people like that. I've had people like that friends in the past, and I'm not doing it to myself again. I experienced it for 5 years at school. I'm not doing it again in my life. I had enough wasting time on people. That's what I've learned to do now. You've just got to, if you're not happy in a relationship, in a friendship. I did spend a week in isolation. I was in my room. I did miss out on a lot of things. I couldn't do my driving lessons, but that's the past now. I've made peace with it. I was very down with it, I'm not gonna lie. Like a friendship, ending a friendship is almost like ending a relationship. Like, it's the same feeling. It's that feeling of loss, but at the same time I'm so happy now. While in isolation, I did find, and the boy I was speaking to in July did help contribute to finding my favourite cereal, which I thought I'd have to give it a mention because I've been absolutely obsessed with it to the point where my family's probably getting sick of buying me it. But the Kellogg's Crunchy Nut Clusters in the chocolate flavour are my absolute, that's what I found this year, my favourite food. I am obsessed. I'm not joking. I have it for my breakfast, I have it for my supper. I could probably have it for my dinner if I actually wanted it that bad. Absolutely love it. So thank you to that lad for introducing it to me, and thank you to myself for actually continuing to eat it, because it's some good cereal. August was also the time that I made the decision to, me and my sister made the decision to start changing our rooms. Now, if you watched me a few months ago, you'll know that my room used to be like a greeny mint colour, and it was been that way since I was about 16. I think it just wasn't me. At 23, I wanted to revamp and wanted a more grown-up room, even though I've got all my Disney teddies still, but hey, can't hate on Disney. That's when the room transformation started, so I took some before photos so I could compare them to the after photos. It did take longer than I first expected. It did take a lot longer than what I thought, but the finished project, I love my room now so much. I spent so much time in it, so I've got to love it, and I do love it now. September rolls around, and end of August, September is when I stopped speaking to lad number one. As I said, I think because we ended very amicably, that word, ended mutually. I'll say that word. We ended mutually because I think it was the distance thing and the time thing. We weren't spending enough time together, so it just didn't work out. But like I said, we're still civil, and it's actually nice to end it on a nice note. September was another lot of self-love posts, because I feel like I do this especially after a situationship. Way of empowering myself is to take nice photos of myself, so that's what I did. And getting back into my workouts, which again I'm on and off with. I need to start setting myself a routine. I need to like wake up, have breakfast, do my workout, get ready for work. That's what I need to start doing. But that September was the time I started getting more into it again, doing it more on a daily basis. My autumn fashion was beautiful. I loved my fashion this year, especially in autumn. I feel like it was tip top. The end of September also brought a day drinking trip with one of my best friends, Lila. Went to a few bars in Leeds, had some chats, spent some time together. It's honestly so nice spending time with my gals. So yes, that was a fun night. We're always weird and funny together, and I love that side of Lila because she brings it out of me, we bring it out of each other. And we're that kind of friend that will just look at each other and we're like, do you fancy a shot? Do you fancy a drink? We'll just have another one. And that together, and I just love that about her. That's one of the many things I love about her. I also had many trips to York, as I do throughout the year, to see my grandma. I always go with my sister because, as you know, Ellie can drive, so Ellie's always the taxi as well, but we always have family days in York, which I love as well. October brought many Sisters and Seekers haul because I feel like autumn is when this jumper source from Sisters and Seekers, if you're wondering, under tremendous stress, which I have been today, but it's fine. So there was many Sisters and Seekers purchased in October, which I mean I ain't mad about because all my tracksuits are now from Sisters and Seekers and I have the nicest tracksuit collection. October also is the time of year that I shoot my lounge campaign. Now I've done this now for about 3-4 years. I will always support anything to do with cancer because I have had people in my family that I've lost due to cancer, family and friends. It will always be something I will always support. October's always breast cancer awareness and I always take a photo every year supporting the lounge underwear campaign. And this year's I think is one of my favourites just because I love it so much. So I went for cinema dates with Megan where we had catch-ups about situationships. I feel like I always gossip with Megan about situationships because she just gets where I'm coming from. She's known me the longest, so I feel like she knows what I'm like. She knows how to hype me up, she knows how to calm me down, she knows how to like reassure me. That's what a best friend is. And for Halloween this year, I actually dressed up as a policewoman, which, I mean, I thought I looked badass, and it's definitely something I'm going to wear again in the future. But yes, I loved my Halloween costume this year. October was also the time that I started talking to lad number 2, which is a very touchy subject for me, I'm not going to lie. This lad, I feel like I don't know what to say. I'm not obviously going to go into details about any of them because you don't need to know the personal details, but this lad, he broke my heart. He really, really did. I fell very fast. We literally was only speaking for like a month, but I fell so fast, so hard, and I think because we both made mistakes, I'm not gonna lie, we both made mistakes, we both couldn't see past them, and we never had the chat to like sort it out. We never had the chat to be like, right, are we actually gonna put our all into this or is it just gonna be nothing? We never had that chat, so I feel like it's still up in arms. I still don't know where I would stand with him, but if I always say to myself, if someone wants to be in my life, there will be, and this lad just hasn't, so I've just got to accept that it's not gonna be, which is really hard, and it's something that took me a good couple of months to get to that point. But now I've just got to think what will be, and I can't control. If someone wants to be in my life, that's amazing. If not, it is what it is. On Halloween night, I was actually at the JLS concert in Leeds. Oh, it was the best night of my life, I tell you now. JLS is hands down the best concert I've ever been to. I went with my best friend Laura, who I've known since school, so we've known each other 10 years, which is crazy. Together, we was right up at the back, but I didn't give a shit. We was dancing all night. I had heels on till my feet were killing after, because we were going to go out after, but then last minute was like, we're too tired. But it was the best night of my life, honestly. I've loved JLS since 2011. I had the JLS Miss Aston Marigold hoodie for, I think it was Christmas when I was 11. Honestly, it was the best night ever. It's one of the best concerts I've ever been to because I felt so happy in myself that I could properly enjoy it. At concerts I've been to in the past, I've either gone with people that I've not been sure that they're 100% like there for me, if that makes sense, or I've been heartbroken. So the songs have resonated with me that much that I've actually cried at the concert. So to go with one of my best friends, to have a good time, to have a laugh, to be smiling the whole way through, dancing away, it was just the best night ever. A really happy memory that will always just make me smile when I look at it. November brought, again, some more self-love posts. Can't not talk about them. I feel like because your body's always changing, and I like to document things, as you all know. I like to document stuff on my YouTube, my TikTok, my Instagram. So it's just a case of taking more photos, loving and appreciating what I've got. Spending some more time with my grandma, one of my favourite people in the whole wide world. She's literally me 40 years older. I also brought the early Christmas night out with all my friends. So this year, instead of doing presents, we all decided to put the money together, get a hotel and have one big crazy night out, and that's exactly what we did. My dress did break while I was getting ready, so I'm glad it did there rather than on the night out, so it's a good job I just brought it back up. But honestly, we had the best night ever. Went to the York Christmas market in November, which again is an annual thing that we always do. We do it every year, and we might not buy anything, but I like just looking around all the little things to see what they've got, and it's just nice to be in the Christmas spirit early. November was also the time that my room transformation was finally complete, and I couldn't be happier with it. I love my room so much. I'm gonna say 80% of the work myself. I did paint the walls, but I did do the wallpapering. December was obviously the time where I started getting all festive. To be fair, this year is the least Christmassy I have actually felt on Christmas Day. I didn't feel like Christmas at all, and I feel like that's kind of partly to do with my age, because I'm getting older and there's no like young people around in the house to like get excited for Christmas. I just feel like it's another day, but it's nice to spend time with the family. But yes, the Christmas shopping started. My best friend Laura's birthday at the beginning of December, so we went for brunch and then we went out drinking and dancing afterwards, which was lovely. I always love spending time with my friends and getting drunk, because why not? We're in lockdown for a year. I've got to make up for the drinks. Towards the end of December, me and Isla went to Junkyard Golf, which is one of my favourite places to go. We did our present exchange. Yeah, it was Lila's first time going to the Junkyard Golf in Leeds, which I couldn't believe, and she actually won, because she got a hole in one on one of the hardest courses, which I don't know how she did it, but I was like in shock. And then like the people that were in front of us turned around and were like, "Did she just do that in one?" And I was like, "Yes, she did." So that's the only reason that she won. In fairness, we're definitely going to have to go again, because I love it there so much. We need to do all 3 courses. We've done the clown one, Boza. We need to do the other 2 together. We was on the countdown to Christmas. Christmas Day was just very chill, very relaxed. We just had it with the people that I live with, the family that I live with. Normally would have other family around, but I feel like because they're very COVID conscious, but also I don't know, I feel like as you get older, certain family members become more distanced, and I really noticed that this year. Like, we'd normally get FaceTimes, that turned into text this year, which was it's a bit of a touchy subject. I was a bit like, but they've got to do what they want to do. I've got to get on with it, do you know what I mean? The annual photos with my siblings, because I feel like they just change every year. They change more than I do, I swear. I feel like I look the same, and them two just change so much every year. Just spent time with the siblings, spent time with my mum and dad. I didn't eat as much Christmas dinner as I thought I would. I piled my plate up, and then I only ate about half in it, which I couldn't believe. So my stomach must be getting smaller. Now looking forward to New Year's. It's New Year when you're seeing this, it will actually be New Year's Eve. But I'm filming this the Wednesday before, so New Year's Eve is on Friday. I'm actually working New Year's Eve, which is great. I'm actually not going out this year. A, my friends that I was going with have tested positive for COVID, and B, also I don't really want to run the risk. Everyone's getting COVID at the minute. My jab's on the 2nd of January, my booster jab, and I'm kind of being very cautious until then. I don't want to run the risk, so it's going to be mega busy. I also can't afford after Christmas, but as well, I need a day off. Like, I've been working so much, I feel like I just need to have a nice, chilled, relaxed New Year this year. Hopefully in 2022, it's not going to be as much a mention of COVID. I'm very looking forward to 2022, if you don't already know. It is my Chinese New Year, Zodiac year. It's the year of the tiger, because I was born in 1998. So it is basically, the stars are aligned. It is my year next year. I'm throwing it out there. I'm going away. I'm going on holiday for my birthday. Disney, I hope it's going to happen eventually. France is shut down at the minute, so hopefully I can go for my birthday, or if not, towards the end of the next year. But please let COVID go. Can COVID just calm down, please? Calm down. I feel like that meme then. Calm down. But yes, that is the end of my look back to 2021. So I really hope you ever enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the flip side in 2022. Thank you for always supporting me. I always appreciate and love the support you guys give me, because it honestly means the world. Like I say, I do this channel mostly for myself to look back on in the future, but I do love making videos that you guys enjoy, and I love getting your guys' feedback as well. So let me know. Hope you have a very, very happy new year, and as I said before, I'm going to love you and leave you, and I'll see you next year. Bye guys.